because the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs on Wednesday told members of the National Assembly that the implementation of the international donors of the National Development Plan relating to the international grants is on course. Mamburin Jai was responding questions from members as to the level of progress made on the implementation of the donor funds. Our Maklo has more details of that in this report.
Before the lawmakers at the National Assembly on Wednesday was the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs for questions relating to the grants from international donors in the implementation of the National Development Plan, otherwise known as the NDP. Mamburin Jai explains that the plan is on course with over $100 million, representing 12% disbursement rate of the pledge toward the implementation process.
And so far, a total of $199.57 million has been disbursed towards the implementation of the NDP, representing a 12% disbursement rate of the pledge amount. Below, we have the table and the contributing countries that, that pledge. They are Belgium, France, Italy, that's UNICEF, Japan, Korea, Malta, Qatar, Turkey, UAE, United Kingdom, USA, AFDB, BADIA, EU Investment Bank, ISDB, OFIT, World Bank, WTO, ITC, and the UN Peace Building Fund.
The amount generated so far comprises of loans with its condition posing as challenges in the drive along the country's blueprint.
I think what we are confronted and faced with is some of it are blended, loans and grants. So the whole strategy is to delink. My priority is make sure I have the grants as a priority from load. If you look at exactly the actuals for the 199, the grant element so far disbursed is 163,603,449, as opposed to the loans only 35. It's a deliberate policy from our side, given the fact that our debt GDP ratio is very high. And what we've insisted, even if we delink it, that loan, we want to make sure minimum threshold is 50% grant.
In response to the causes of delay in fulfillment of the pledges from bilateral and multilateral partners to the NDP, the finance minister responded that the slow motion is a reflection on the side of the donors committee.
No, we are not slow to actually make the request, because immediately after the pledging session, we did make the request, and that everything is based on our plan. Most of the time is at the donor end. They also have their own issues. Sometimes they will go and realize that the spread, that the amount of money that is supposed to be disbursed based on their own internal procedure. Most of the time, that's where the delay is. Now we are trying to take a more aggressive move to make sure that, especially the grants, that's why I said, not only we want the grants, but we want it to be front-loaded.
The rationale behind the Gambia's National Development Plan 2018-2021 is meant to deliver good governance and accountability, social cohesion, and national reconciliation in the post-Jammeh era. The government of the Gambia, since the coming of the Barrow administration, has received pledges in millions of dollars grants from international organizations to realize the essence of the NDP. For iAfrica TV News, Awa Makalo.